Blessed are the short-winded and to the point, for they shall have more viewers. So I was told that some of my videos are a little bit too long, and they're absolutely right. I should know better. In order to overcome shyness years ago and thinking about maybe being in business for myself years ago, what I did was I got involved with Toastmasters. I was involved with Toastmasters for 8 to 10 years. I don't know exactly how long. I was an area governor twice. I was a division governor once, and I should know better. So, but let me tell you a story is that as we get older, it's like there's so much that we want to say. It's like we want a listening ear. We want somebody to listen to what we have to say, and there's just so much to say. So, but I'm going to cut this down really short today and give you an example of what I'm talking about and what I learned from a 94-year-old man over a hot dog. So I went to a wholesaler and I'm eating a hot dog, and along comes a man in a wheelchair, and we start up a conversation. And a lot of times what I do when I'm trying to talk to somebody is I just simply try and get them to talk about themselves. This is classic Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Have you read that book? I've read it a number of times, and now that I'm talking about it, I should probably go back and read it again. So when I started talking to this man, he is a man, and I could tell he wanted to just lay out his life to me, and I'm listening to him, and I'm saying to myself, how long is this going to go? But another part of me says, look, let the guy talk. I don't know how long we were there, 45 minutes maybe, and I just let him talk. Tell me more. What would you learn about that? How did you build your life? What was it? And so I just encouraged him to keep going, and I was going to show him some respect by just sitting there listening to him. Maybe I was one of the few people in his life that would pay him enough attention to actually listen to him. Well, here's something that I learned, okay, that may apply to just life, to this business. His attitude many, many, many years ago was that when he got an education, he didn't get an education simply to get a job, okay? He got an education to really learn something. The education was not just to get a job, but it was actually to become good, an expert, to really study, really apply himself, become really good at what he learned. And his attitude, and he told me, he was so good at what he learned that he never had to look for a job, because his reputation basically went before him, and people searched him out and offered him work. Wow. Another thing he said was that he always tried to climb up in whatever business he was in and get into management, okay? And his opinion was that the higher you go in management, the less likely you are to be fired, to be laid off. In fact, when you're up there high enough, you're laying off other people. Your job is protected because you're the one that's laying off everybody else. And that worked for him. I'm not saying that it works all the time, but that worked for him. How does this apply to the Enagic business? Okay, what he said. And what I would say is this, that he took his education and he really tried to become a pro at it. Okay, and then he went up in the ranks. Okay, for the Enagic business, some people may, give it a dabble, just to kind of put their foot in the water. They don't really make a real commitment. They don't really try and learn how to do the business. They just kind of give a, once they go through their family or friends, they're done. Okay, it's over for them. Then you have the amateurs. Okay, they go out there and they really try and make this thing happen, and it's like a hit and miss thing, but they keep going and going and going. And then there are the professionals. Can you actually have a professional approach with the Enagic business? Well, yes. And have you heard of Eric Worre? Okay, if you haven't heard of him, he's somebody that you need to look up, because in my opinion, he wrote the Bible on the whole networking marketing industry. And if you go to networkmarketingpro.com and you go to the product section, you will see his book. Now, I listened to his book a number of times. I suggest you get the audio so that you can listen to it over and over and over again. And what he has done is he has taken a generic approach of how to, in any network marketing company, become a professional. And if you're in the Enagic business, that should be your goal, to become a professional at this business, at sharing this business with other people. So that's my tip for today. If you decide not to do the Enagic business, doing what he said in the corporate world will also be a good thing for you. But the Enagic business offers a lot of opportunities, and we'll go through that in future videos. I hope this has helped you, and it's really short, isn't it? Not like some of my other videos. So you take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh, and one more thing about this gentleman is that when he was there, he had hired other people to go shopping for him. He had done so well financially that he could afford to have a group of people. He had that would actually, he had somebody that would come to his house to take care of him, and he had people there that were shopping for him. He told me that he paid them, with cash, or, wrote a check, whatever. But he paid them every time he needed to pay these people. He would call up basically his broker and say, hey, look, I need another $5,000, sell some stock, and I will, pay these people. So it appears that what happened is, as he went up the corporate ladder, he had more opportunities for stock. And that's a whole nother topic. So he may have gotten in a lot of stock options that he was able to exercise. And stock is another way of making money in the corporate world. And the further you go up, the more opportunity you may have for stock options. And that is the big ticket to making a lot of money in the corporate world. And if you compare that to Enagic, it's your distributors. Your distributors are like stock. I know that sounds kind of strange, but they are out there working for you. It's just like your stock is working for you. Your distributors are out there working for you. They're working for themselves, but they're also working for you. And they're having an impact upon your life with what they're doing. And it's like you can choose stock, or you can choose distributors for, your way of making money in this world. It's like with Enagic, Paul Zane Pilzer once said, he was an economist, and he said that all wealth comes from the movement of goods and services. So what does that mean to Enagic? That means, and to you, that means that the larger your organization is, the more goods and services can go through it, and the bigger the potential that you have for your bottom line for making money. So anyways, you take care. Hope this little addendum adds a little bit of extra flavor to this, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.